Fixture was kind of to send me this S2 thing from Fixture Gaming. This is a brand new Nintendo Switch OLED um, grip mount. And so the idea is that you can use this to play the Switch on the go if you don't really like playing with the Joy-Cons and you'd rather play with a Pro controller. So I love the packaging here. It's very sleek, very nice. Definitely kind of, very makes you feel like you're getting a nice quality product here. You can open it up. Has the instructions in there, printed in there. Got a little card inside. Yeah, so let's go ahead and open this bad boy up and take a look. I also got the Fixture Gaming case here. So this can carry not just the grip in there, but as well the controller as well as a couple games and obviously your Switch and everything else in here too. So open this up. So this is what our actual grip looks like. So as you can see, pretty small, pretty lightweight. The thing I like about it is that it is really easy to pack, even if you don't use that case that I just showed you guys. So the fact that it's pretty portable and small here. I know it looks like it's all plastic, but inside it actually has a nice metal grip, and it actually takes a little bit of resistance to turn this or move this way. So I can shake it around and it's not gonna flop and change directions or anything like that. It's very sturdy and it stays in its spot. And that's one of my favorite things about it is it just feels really secure. It's a small size and it's compact, but it's not going to be flopping around and destroying your Switch as you're playing in it. You see the name there on the back, but other than that, just a nice sleek black. And then this part right here can lay flat on a table to play in tabletop mode. Or I think the preferred way is to put a Pro controller in there. So I'm going to switch my camera here. We'll see what this looks like when you put it in here. Let's see, what would be a good view here? There we go. Let me just, there we go. You can see a little bit of my desk here. And move my computer this way. All right, so we got this right here. So we're gonna grab our Pro controller. We're just gonna go and slide it in, so you can see right here. You just get the Pro controller, and you're just sliding it in right here. These little hooks kind of go right between where the controller port is. So let's see, just grab it here, push down, and snap. Just like that, we're good to go. And so the nice thing is, since it only goes through really this middle part of the controller here, I could probably move this up now. Since it only goes here right through the middle part of the Switch controller, I know it's hard to see, it's black on black. When I normally hold my Pro controller, I'm holding it like this. You can see my fingers don't really touch it. So it's not like it's adding extra bulk to your controller, really. I guess if you hold your controls like this, you'd kind of feel it. But, it feels like I'm just really holding a Pro controller with just a little bit more weight. The weight itself isn't really noticeable at all with it when this is on it. The real weight obviously comes from putting the actual Switch unit up on the top here. And since this is the S2, it will work for the OLED. So I think they have an original one that's made for the original Switch. The S2 is made specifically for the OLED. I don't think this will work with an original Nintendo Switch because the dimensions are slightly different and it does get pretty snug in there. So let me go ahead and pull my actual unit out. And so as you can see, there are these little slides. Here we get a nice close view. So these little slides are here. There's arrows that shows you which way to put it in. And it's the same thing as this on the side of the little Joy-Cons. All you do is get the camera down here so you can see. All you're doing is putting the Switch in here. Let's see if you can see it better from that angle. So you're just grabbing like this, and then I'm just sliding it up like this. Oh, I got that side there. And we're good to go. So now it's all the way slid on. See the different angles there. Move this back up. So now it's officially on. Hold it here in front of me. You can play the Switch here. And if you think, this looks like it's a weird or awkward angle, the nice thing is it's totally, you're able to move it. So you can move it back like this. Or I can move it, you know, forward. I can put it like right over my hands if I wanted to. So I'm playing like this, which is actually kind of nice. Like I don't really even see my hands. I'm just kind of playing it with the Switch right in front of it. And brings the Switch a little closer to your face too, which makes the screen seem a little bigger, which is nice. But yeah, I really like that not only you can move where the tablet is, you know, is it above the controller right here, or is it going to be, you know, more above it? But you can switch the angle for this part too. So, you know, you can angle it up like that. So if you want to play, you know, for some reason with your Switch staring down, you can do it like that. Or, you know, really any angle, which is pretty sweet. And then another really nice thing is you might notice in the back here, it does leave a little gap there where you can plug in your controller to charge if your controller is low on battery. So just because your Pro Controller runs out doesn't mean you're out of luck, which is really nice. And then, you know, obviously you've got the Switch charge right there. You can plug in the cord there as well. And, you know, all your ports on the top are there. So the really nice thing is it's really only holding your Switch right here on the bottom corners of the left and right. But like I said, it feels really secure. You can chuck this thing around. It's not, your Switch screen's not going to fall off. It is really snug in there. Almost too snug, where the first time I do it, I was a little nervous, like sliding it all the way in. But yeah, very nice and tight, very secure in there. And so yeah, let's go ahead and see if I can turn the Switch on here. See what it looks like as we're playing it here. Let me open up a game. What's good with lots of colors? Ooh, the rivals. So as you can see here, got my controller, I got my screen here, and boom, I got the Switch on there. Just really, really nice form factor. And again, this completely adjustable. I can move it up. I can angle the screen any angle I want. I kind of tend to put it this way, so it's kind of over the controller, so I can see it that way. So yeah, and, you know, I can shake it around. You know, it's still going to stay in the same angle. It's not going to. I thought it was going to like droop down, kind of, if you're too rough with it. But it doesn't do that. So I can just really just stand right here, just my angle. I can just start playing it like this. It doesn't block really any of the sound ports either, so I haven't noticed any difference from, you know, if I'm playing with the volume maxed out or not. Exactly, you know, being able to hear everything. So yeah, it's really nice. And then if I was looking at the actual case, let me show you that again. So if I put this in here like this, open it up, you'll see there is, what was that, 10 spots to put your Switch carts. So, you know, I have Splatoon 3 and a couple other games in there. Oh, can't do it with one hand. So there's spots to put your 10 games in there, plus 11, you know, if you count the one that's already in the Switch. Nice little mesh pocket here at the top of the hard shell. You can maybe put Joy-Cons and other things like that in there. That's another thing, you know, obviously you're taking the Joy-Cons off when you're using this. There's no Joy-Cons on the side. And that's really the primary perk of using this bad boy, is you don't have to use the Joy-Cons. For someone like me who has, you know, pretty big hands, I love the feel of the Pro Controller. I don't like using the Joy-Cons. This is like my preferred way from now on of playing the Switch whenever I'm not playing on the TV. You know, it's nice too because, you know, it does get kind of heavy if you're like playing above your head. So like if you're lying down and holding it above your face, it does get heavy. But, you know, if you're playing like in bed or something, or on the sofa and or lying down, you can always kind of turn it sideways like that, which is kind of nice. But anyways, if we were to put this inside of the case here, so we'll just put it in right like this. And so you can see there's an imprint there for the Switch controller. It just sits in like that. And you just kind of push it all the way down. I can turn my Switch off here. So yeah, so it just sits right there inside of the case. I was worried at first because it kind of looks like it kind of sticks up a little bit. But the top of the case totally gives enough room for that. And you just can zip it up. Zips up nice and easy. And boom. Got this nice case. And again, it is like a hard shell. It does kind of compact a little bit if you really squeeze it. But yeah, you could chuck this thing in your bag and it's going to be totally fine because it's snug in there. It's not going to move around. And like I said, I'm not going to be able to get to the screen or anything like that. So I feel pretty safe. Really more safe than my actual Switch case that I have that I normally use, that I got, you know, at launch or whatever. So yeah, it comes in this nice little case. If you want to get just the grip, you don't have to get the case. There are options. Let me pull up the pricing. That way you guys know what we're looking at here. Here it is. And so yeah, you have two different options. It is on Amazon or on just the Fixture website. So $44.99 for just the mount. And again, this is the S2 specifically for the Switch OLED and Pro Controller. If you don't have a Pro Controller, no point in getting this. It only works with the official Nintendo Pro Controller. Although I did see Fixture makes kind of their own Pro Controller that does work with it as well. Their controller looked almost exactly the same as the Switch one, which is, obviously it would have to be if it would work with this. So, if you don't have a Pro Controller or you have a third-party one, this would not be for you. But yeah, $44.99 if you were to get it, just the mount. And then if you wanted to get the case with it, I believe, let me double check. I think it's $64.99. So yeah, additional $20 will get you the case and a little bundle with the fixture. So yeah, $44.99 or $64.99. And then let me show you again the tabletop mode here. I didn't really get a chance to show that yet. So again, it just pops right out nice and easy there. And again, just really like the indented area there where you put the controller in. It's very nice. Put this in here. Let me actually just pop this off the Pro Controller. Comes off nice and easy. And yeah, you can just set this up like this. And boom. So that just sits on its own on a table. And I can turn on my Switch. And boom. Now I am playing. You have a bunch of people all sitting over there. And boom, we're playing in tabletop mode and we're just having a good time. Messing around, playing Switch. And obviously, the OLED already does have the really nice kickstand there. So, this isn't really like a groundbreaking feature or anything. I don't think it really makes it that much more stable. If this was for the original Switch, yeah, this is way more stable than that tiny flimsy kickstand. But the OLED already does have a nice kickstand. But I mean, the nice thing is this is adjustable, right? So you can kind of adjust it, if you're in a weird spot like an airport or something and bend it up or down a little bit more. But the only thing I would think about this is, I would be playing this by myself this way, putting it up. And then the nice thing is I have a Pro Controller with me. So the great thing is, you're not having to play with Joy-Cons. So if I wanted to play tabletop, I'm at work or whatever, or on airplane, out at lunch, whatever, and you want to play, you can just set it up right on here, pop the Pro Controller out, boom. That way you're not having to carry the weight of the screen, which, like I said, isn't that bad if you're playing normally. You're just, sitting up. But, I have my Pro Controller here. I can just hang out and make sure that I am playing it without having to use Joy-Cons. So really, if you're like me and you really don't like the Joy-Cons, like I think the Joy-Cons are some of Nintendo's worst controllers they've ever made. They just don't feel great. The buttons are way too small. They disconnect all the time. This is just a great way to make sure you have a Pro Controller with you. Because, sometimes I'll bring my Switch somewhere, but I don't want to bring a Pro Controller as well. So that's what I love about the case. You'll bring a Pro Controller with you everywhere. You'll have this. On the bad side, you won't have Joy-Cons. So if you wanted to play Smash Bros. Mario Kart with a couple other people, you can't hand those extra Joy-Cons out. But I think, for most people, we're not really doing that for the most part anyways. I'd rather have the real experience with the Pro Controller here. So yeah, overall, that is the Fixture S2.